Today, let's talk about short constructed response writing. But before we do so, let's take a step back. What is constructed response writing? Well, let's see. It's an answer to a question. It includes a written analysis. So, why do we ask you to do this? Well, one, it allows you to demonstrate your knowledge about a topic. And two, it's a great way to discover what you think. So, let's get back to short constructed responses. A short constructed response is a well-written paragraph that includes an inference. An inference is an idea that is not stated directly in the text. You focus on a small section of text using specific text evidence. You combine this text evidence with your background knowledge, and that allows you to support your inference. So what does a well-written inferential response include? Well, to begin with, you have a valid inference. You need concrete, relevant text evidence. Then you need an analysis of the text evidence, and you need to make sure you include a sufficient number of details from the text. Now, how can you make sure you include all of this in your response? Well, it's a great idea to plan your responses. I like to use the ACED acronym to help me out. The A stands for answer, the C, cite, the E, explain, and the D, wait a minute, what would a D be? I get the A, that's like your topic. I get the C and the E, they're your details. But what would a D be? Let's see, done? Oh, that represents the conclusion. Okay, I get it now. If I put a C there, it wouldn't work. ACED gets me through the entire paragraph. Okay, let's look a little deeper. The A is my valid inference. The C, concrete text evidence. The E, the analysis of that text evidence. And the D, I'm going to circle back to my valid inference to remind my reader that's what I was proving. Okay, great. So I like to use this grid for the plan. Now you're probably thinking, why bother? It's just a paragraph. If I think that through, I'm good. Now wait a minute. Why do we plan? Well, one, it helps us create a clear structure for readers so as they read, they can follow our thinking. Two, it helps clarify arguments. Three, I make sure I have sufficient evidence. Four, I don't leave anything out. And the best part, when I go to write, my thinking is done. I can focus on the writing. So let's get back to that grid. This is how I use it. That top bar there, that's my answer. That's where I put my notes about my answer. The two boxes on the left, okay, that's where I cite my text. The two boxes on the right then, they must be the explain. Well, I don't see any space for the D, but I'm sure that if I took a look and reread my entire paragraph, I'd be able to come up with a really good conclusion. So I do not need to do that beforehand. I just need to make sure I include it. Now, I'm going to take a step back and look a little deeper again. So my answer, okay, that's my answer plus the criteria that I use to evaluate the text evidence that supports my response. Got it. My C, that's the supporting text evidence. My explain, okay, that's where I'm thinking about how does the text evidence meet my criteria, which I've listed up in the A bar. In other words, that's the analysis of the text evidence proving that it supports my answer. Got it. Now, if you want to know how do you write a short constructed response, check out my video titled, How Do You Write a Short Constructed Response?